Yo, what's up, fight fans? AJ here. AJ Knows Boxing is the channel. What we do on my channel, talk boxing, everything involving boxing, boxing news, post-fights, predictions, everything in a nutshell. You feel me? So, now, let's get into the Keith one-time Thurman versus Luis Collazo post-fight result video. And honestly, a lot of people are going to have questions about Keith Thurman after this fight. Me, personally, I felt like Keith Thurman did everything that I thought he was going to come into the fight and do against a veteran like Luis Collazo from my hometown of Brooklyn. I knew Luis Collazo was going to come in there and give Keith Thurman some trouble. And in the fight, he definitely did. Especially in the 5th round, 3rd round, 5th round, 6th round. He piggybacked off his his great 5th round, landing a mean body shot on Keith Thurman. And this is a fight that's really gonna make the public have questions about Keith one-time Thurman. Because leading up to this fight, this whole year, Al Heyman has positioned Keith Thurman in a place where he's trying to make Keith Thurman the next big thing in boxing. And I'm not saying Keith Thurman isn't going to be the next big thing in boxing, because I like everything that Keith Thurman brings to the table. The man is highly skilled, and in the fight, he showed a lot of those skills, landing clean, effective shots on Luis Collazo, landing straight, beautiful combinations on Luis Collazo. And at points, 1st round, 2nd round, 4th round, Keith Thurman did what he was supposed to do. But in the hearts and the eyes of most people, we want to see Keith Thurman come in there and demolish a guy like Luis Collazo, which, if you know anything about boxing, you already know that Keith Thurman, at the level he is right now, only having 25 victories coming into this fight, he wasn't really at that level to demolish a guy at Luis Collazo's caliber. You understand what I'm saying? Amir Khan is a different animal. Amir Khan is a way more experienced fighter than Keith Thurman. And I'm not a Khan, I'm not into the Khan thing. I'm not really a big fan of Amir Khan, but I appreciate his skills in the ring. And with that being said, Keith Thurman couldn't do to Luis Collazo what Khan did to Luis Collazo. But at the end of the day, Keith Thurman still got the victory. My phone is going off. Everybody's talking. Keith Thurman still got a victory. And in my opinion, it was decisive. The only time in this fight where Keith Thurman looked like he was in trouble was in the 5th round, where he took a mean shot to the liver. If you were a boxing fan, you remember the same shot that Bernard dropped Oscar with? It was something like that. But this time, Keith Thurman didn't waste no time. He got his head into the game. He almost fell, then he got his ass right back up. He almost fell. He was on the ropes, almost fell. He crouched down, but he took it like a champion, the champion which he is, and I gotta show him a lot of respect for that. Luis Collazo didn't come in here, and he wasn't a pancake. He didn't come in here to flop. He came in here with intentions to do what he was supposed to do, and Luis Collazo gave him a hell of a fight. He started slow in the first 2 rounds. I didn't think Luis Collazo was even trying to fight in the first 2 rounds, but at the end of the day, he did what he was supposed to do. He picked it up later. In the 3rd round, he started to exchange, and then he got into a groove. By the 5th round, he was in the fight. Like Teddy Atlas and Tessa Torre was talking, he was definitely in the fight. And for that, I got to give him his credit. But at the end of the day, Luis Collazo, in the middle of the 7th and the 8th, said he didn't want no more, had a cut over his eye, and he said, you know what? I don't want to fight no more. And that's the only problem I have with Luis Collazo, because in my opinion, I felt like he could have kept going on. He had the momentum going in his favor. He could have went on, could have kept on fighting, but he said he couldn't see, and just telling the referee that the fight's over. If I was a referee, what you gonna do? You can't send a blind man out there against a monster that's been laying the shots, been putting a hurting on him. So the referee stopped the fight. Luis Collazo got stopped in the 7th. Going into the 8th round, they said it was the 8th, the 1st, 2nd, and 8th round, but it was after the 7th round on the stool. He got stopped. He didn't want to continue on. And I don't. It's bad for Luis Collazo because I felt like he should have kept going on, but hopefully he finds the next Victor Ortiz to make a name off of again, and probably get a Riverside Rocky fight. That's probably the next thing. But this fight is just another lead up. This is just a small stepping stone in Keith Thurman's career. Because after the fight, Keith Thurman called out Floyd. Keith Thurman called out all the champions in the division. And being that Keith Thurman is the regular WBA champion, I want to see him up in the ring with some champions. And if not a champion, the only person I want to see him in the ring with is an Amir Khan. And Amir Khan has been talking about that fight. Or a Sean Porter. And we all know Sean Porter ain't shaky. He's willing to take that fight. I want to see him in the ring against either those two guys or a champ. Give him Timothy Bradley. Give him Kell Brook. Give him Floyd. But I want to see him in the ring against a champ. We need to stop all of this politics, games, and all that. No. So if you're a champion in a 147-pound division, this is the best time to get a Keith Thurman. He didn't look invincible tonight against a old Luis Collazo, 34-year-old man with 6 losses on his record. Almost got dropped by Luis Collazo. So we'll see who takes on the Keith Thurman, the one-time challenge. Because right now, we all know, nobody wants to fight Keith Thurman, realistically. Because if somebody wanted to fight Keith Thurman, he wouldn't have fought Luis Collazo after fighting Robert Guerrero. But with that being said, don't forget to subscribe to AJ Knows Boxing. Don't forget to like this video and smash the like button if you like the video. And it's AJ Knows Boxing. I'm out. 1.